Hey everybody, it's Jochen Heiden. I'm back with the Lodrik versus Heiden campaign. This is the 16th of February 1942, turn 72 combat replay and intel analysis. So for this turn, the things that I'll be looking to see are what Lodrik's doing with that carrier task force near Port Moresby. Where is he going? We got a little something going on at Luganville this turn that I think you guys might enjoy seeing. And then we're also very interested in what Lodrik is planning to do near Sian in China. And also the Bay of Bengal is always a big question mark. So let's watch this turn and see if we can figure out what he's doing. Okay, so now we're back here with the February 16th, 1942 turn. This is obviously me versus Lodrik. Okay, he grabs Parmesan. Well done. 27 ships from Rabaul. Jeez. Okay, it doesn't look like we had any night bombing. Whoa, that's not good for the sturgeon. I'll have to take a look at that. Hopefully it doesn't sink. Hopefully that doesn't sink. Man, I'm not having a good day with ships sinking right now, huh? All right, so far a very quiet night. Not much really happening here. Oh, hey, look at this. Looks like we found some mines. I knew it. I knew that he mined that place. My intuition was correct. I thought I saw some mine layers coming in there a couple turns ago, and sure enough, he did lay some mines. So I sent these mine layers from Nemea into Luganville to clean these up in case I ever want to put some more ships in here to intercept the convoy. I didn't want them running into these mines, so uh okay, hope that doesn't get hit. Okay, so whew. Man, we've got Japanese subs all through our convoy lanes now. They're all through here. So he fires two torpedoes at these. These are all Clemsons, by the way. He fires two torpedoes and misses, but you know, the fact that he's over here now is a problem. Oh, get some more mines. Hopefully we don't hit one of these. Wow, look at all the mines he left here. Jeez. Lodrik leaving his trash all over the beach, man. It's okay, we'll clean it up for him. Uh-oh. Looks like Lodrik's getting a little more serious about ASW near Japan. Okay, it's pretty quiet on the naval side this turn. So, oh, forgot about these guys. These are the guys out of Tulagi. Hopefully we can avoid this. Come on, AMs. Nice. Okay, looks like we dodged all this. So I keep forgetting about these Mavises. He has these guys at Tulagi, and they have some pretty impressive range on them. They came in with some torpedoes, and they all missed. But boy, that was a close one. I think we need to get out of there pretty soon. We did what we needed to do, though, hopefully, so. Alright, so we got some daily bombing spam coming into Changsha, and Lodrik has been highly successful doing damage to the airfield here. Because we have nothing to stop him doing it. Severe storms though, so this is going to help mitigate some of the damage this turn. Okay, severe storms. We actually get an and destroyed by flak. These hits are not too bad. Okay, now he's bringing in some more stuff to Kukong here. He's bombing the runway. And yeah, he's got Zero's escorting this time. To be honest with you, I kind of want him to keep bombing it, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. So keep bombing this, please. Okay, great. I'm actually happy that he's doing this now. So keep it coming, Lodrik. I want more hits here. More hits. Wow, check out the size of this raid. And look at the escort this time. Quite a bit more than normal. He really wants Sian. Does a fair amount of damage to us this time. And a lot of runway hits. Yep. Even a bigger raid this time around. More escorts. He's definitely sending more escorts on these raids now. Ow. He's really after it. The weather's helping us a lot here. Okay, again, some more hits. And now it's time for our daily raid. It does appear that we're not going to get as many hits this time. No, we are getting hits still. That's what I want. Supply dump hits. Supply dump hits. Runway hits. Okay, good. I think we get the clue. So despite it sure looked like we did more damage than that, but I guess the rain wasn't helping us. Looks like we only get 3 hits here. Some more marauders coming in, but I expect more of the same. Yeah, 1 hit. Oops, some B-17Ds coming in. These guys do a bit better. Get more hits this time, so each aircraft hits something. More B-17s. Okay, another hit. Alright, I believe that just to be the AM phase. Now it's time for PM. Oh man, he's definitely not messing around with the ASW right now. Oh, now we got some Betties coming in from Singapore, hitting our troops trying to get to Bandung. Bandung? Bandung? I've been calling it Bandung this whole time. I think I'm mispronouncing it. I thought, you know, now if this is supposed to be Dutch, I think OE in Dutch is a O sound, like Boer. So wouldn't this be Bandung? Or is it Bandung? I don't know. Somebody knows how to pronounce it, let me know. Wow, look at all those Nels. 56. Dang. That's a lot of Nels. Alright, looks like he's coming in for some more action at Kukong. And again at Kukong with escort. Get some good hits. Got some B-17s trying to head in here and slow these guys down a little bit. Oh, dang, we got one destroyed by flak outright. What kind of guns are these guys carrying that they can get 10,000 feet up and take out a B-17? That's scary. Hey, guys, watch out. Careful going in there. Yikes, I don't know if we want to keep attacking that right now. The Mavis is coming in for round 2. Let's see if we can dodge him again. Oh, doesn't look like we can. Oh, I guess we couldn't get out of there completely scot-free, right? Okay, well, it looks like our minesweeping operation at Luganville cost us an AM. Oh, we got some carriers back, huh? All right, okay. Well, one of my picket ships did its job. Interesting. Well, looks like Lodrik's carriers are back for the 4th round. Okay. That's very interesting. So we have the carriers. They're back. They're back. I don't know. This time around, I'm not as worried about it. Okay, so we start off with the daily bombardment spam at Changsha. And again, we lose quite a bit, but you know, look what he's got there. Look at all of it. Isn't that ridiculous? How much make guns he's got there? Okay, so these guys should be finished here, and they are not. They should be, but they're not. All right, looks like we have a shock attack of Rahang by the 2nd RTA Division. I think he's gonna get this one. Oh, he retook it. All right, well, that's something. For once, the Royal Thai Army actually does something right. That's impressive, right? normally they just get beat up. So hey, he looks like he took something back here, and that's fine. Okay, now we have these guys hitting the Indian Brigade here, and once again they fail. Okay. Wow. So he pushed back on us at. Ooh, okay, get some airfields coming up here. He pushed us out of Thailand. Looks we have a couple other units showing up around the map. Not really sure what to do with these coastal AA regiments. Interesting. Let's take a look at the. Let's look at this. I want to know about those carriers. Okay, everybody, we're back. We can take a look at the analysis here of the intel. I think the biggest story of this turn is going to be here in the Coral Sea, Solomon's area. But we'll go ahead and do our normal routine and go through our numbers. So we'll start with aircraft losses for this turn. It's 5-5 today. He lost a little bit of each. We lost a PBY, a B-26, B-17E, a Hudson, and a Dornier 24. All of these are very important aircraft to me. I don't like losing any of them because I don't have a lot to lose. But there you go. For top pilots, we lost 3 pilots today. 3 of those 5 aircraft had pilots that were KIA, which is unfortunate. Pilot replacements, we can take a look at our boy. Where is he at? In the reserve. Tanner B. Remember him? Let's see. Where is Tanner B at? There he is. He's still wounded. So we're going to give him another 29 days or so to see if anything changes as a test. I'm not going to be releasing any more wounded pilots for now. I want to see what happens to him. So we'll keep this going. See if this changes or if my understanding of wounded pilots is correct. I think it is. If they're in the reserve and they're still wounded and they don't have a due date back, they're not coming back. Anyway, looking at the Army loss points, they went up a little bit due to some various failed attacks or losses we took on the map. His did not go up. Allied ship sunk. Let's take a look at this. Last turn, we lost to Lorena, which is over here by where my mouse is at, for the Des Moines Islands. That was actually taken out by this unit over here, which we'll discuss near the end of the video. We also lost the Rail, which is working near Luganville, doing some minesweeping, and we'll talk more about that as well. Now, looking at Japanese ship sunk, I want to show you something. All right. We see this stuff here, right? And there's nothing really earth-shattering on here that we don't know already, right? Nothing has really changed here. But I want to show something that I saw in the operations report. Look at this. I saw a couple entrances in here that were interesting. SSX HA-24 reported as having been sunk near Pearl. We already knew that. That's a mini-sub. Look at this. Where's it at? DD Oboro reported to have been sunk near Balikpapan on 16 December. I swear we've seen this comment before in our campaign. Like, this is not new information. And when you look at the Japanese ship sunk, right? It doesn't say anything about the Oboro. The only ship that was sunk on the 16th near Balikpapan is the Kagero, right? And I have to assume that it was scuttled, because otherwise that's typically what you would see if you didn't see it go down on its own. It's usually scuttled. So why it's saying it's the Oboro when this says the Kagero, it's confusing. But again, it's all fog of war. It just shows you how cool this game is, where you as a human player are still confused as to what ship actually sunk and how. Is it accurate? Is it not? I don't really know. I am confident that a destroyer sank. I just don't know if it's the Kagero or if it's the Oboro. I really don't know. But I just saw that in the operations report, and I thought it'd be interesting to discuss it, just to kind of show you how the fog of war works in this game. All right, looking at SIGINT. Scrolling through here, I don't see anything crazy other than the 40th Division planning for an attack on Changsha. He's got a AA unit going to Rabal. Make that 2. He's moving some engineers to Serbia. And then this here is where is it? Here, 63rd Division located at 8542. Let me show you where that's at. 8542 is here. See up here, 8542. So that's like a 6th division now that we've identified in this hex. And that's going to be a huge problem for us, because if these are both on the move towards here, we're not going to be able to hold those guys back. Not at Sian. So that's good intel to know that that's at least 5 or 6 distinct Japanese infantry divisions in this hex moving towards us. So looking at combat reports, I do want to point this out to you, and I'm going to skip ahead just a little bit. Uh, do you notice that we were taking out mines at Luganville? Look at this, 60 here, 21 there, 92 there. Almost 170 mines so far that we've taken out at Luganville. So we'll talk about that operation in a minute, but basically I had a hunch that he'd be dealing with, that he was laying mines at Luganville, so I sent some minesweepers over there to check it out, and sure enough, he was laying mines, and we found a lot of them, and there's still apparently more to go. I don't know if you can see it on your screens with resolution being what it is, but there's a symbol for mines in this hex, so we're not done in this hex yet. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right into our analysis, and we'll start where we always start in China, and we'll go around counterclockwise and end down in the south. So I do have this information up here. So he's still got a unit in Urumqi. All right, we seem to have some decent intel on that. He has another unit here, presumably moving towards Wasu. So what my intention is to take these two units and do a big old round robin. I want to come all the way around here, come down this way, and head back down behind him and recap some of these bases along the way. Now, Lodrik's not stupid, and he may catch on to this, and he very well may move a unit here to block our road, but maybe he may not. So we may have a chance to do a big old round robin and spend weeks marching down here and slowly work our way back down into Lanchao behind him and cut the supply lines from Urumqi. So let's see how that works out. So right now these guys are moving towards Wasu, and when they get there, I'm just going to keep them going. Or we're just going to keep marching around in a circle, and we'll see what he does. And you know, maybe we can get a little surprise recap or something. I don't know. Everything's good in Lanchao here. It's back up. It's up and running. It's producing supply. It's, you know, no issues. Now, the issues here at Sian. We know he's got at least 5 to 6 divisions here. At last we had intel, they were moving in this direction here. Plus he's got this fragment of that cavalry division moving here. So I'm estimating a minimum of 2,000 AV, maybe more in these, maybe even 2,400. And I'll tell you right now, with what we've got in Sian, if he shocks attacks across this river, which he'd have to do, because it's a river hex, see the purple? That would instigate a shock attack, and a Japanese unit shock attacking into clear terrain with equal or lesser forces was almost always going to win. I don't trust the fortifications to do enough to stop them on one turn. So we are going to keep retreating from this hex, and the second he gets into here, it's time to pull the chalks and get out of Sian, and we will move back to these two hexes here, rough and rough. It's not the best terrain to defend on, but it's all we've got, and I think I can get enough forces in place to hold those hexes for a while against this stuff. It's really the best I can do. And if at any point one of these hexes goes down, we're going to pull the chalks and we're going to fall back, and we're just going to abandon Lanchao and get out and set up a new defensive perimeter here. And that's going to be kind of a bad thing for us because we're going to lose our fuel production at Lanchao. This fuel is used to power the industry in China, like Chongqing. Chongqing has a significant amount of heavy industry, and that produces supply for us each turn. But heavy industry requires fuel. Think of it as like heavy fuel oil to run the heavy industries. Their boilers, their smelters, all the heat generating things that you would have to have in a big industrial complex. Well, that runs off of oil, fuel, and we get our fuel from Lanchao and Sian. So losing one or both of these makes it harder for our industry to do what it needs to do. So, but yeah, plan on a gradual withdrawal from this region. The second I see these guys in this hex and moving towards Sian, we're out of here because I don't have confidence that we can hold the combined forces here at an attack on clear terrain. In the center, I do have some good news. This unit that's been running around for weeks, months, finally made it almost into the clear, and now we're in a position where we're clear of an attack right now, and we might actually be able to encircle Lodrik again. And now it'd be difficult because all he would have to do is move into this hex to break it. But, you know, he only has one way out at the moment. So if we get in behind him, we may be able to kind of block him off for a little bit. So I may attempt to do that. I might, in fact, tell you what I'm do. I'll take our weakest unit here. I'm going to move him down here. And the rest are going to continue into Pinsiang, okay? And then there we will stay, and we will rest up, and we'll get strong, and we'll encircle him for a little bit. Now, all he's got to do is break the hex side, which he could basically do here in a day. But you know what? Why not? So that's what I'm planning to do here. Either way, rescuing these troops and getting them back to our lines is a huge achievement for me. That's 8,000 infantry troops that were stuck up here near Sian at the beginning of the campaign. And we went basically here, all the way across the river, down to here, then to here, now to here. And we're more or less in the clear. He's not going to really be able to catch up to us at this point. And also, to finish up our China discussion here, I am well on my way to retreating out of Kukong. This base is just a pile of trash. It's already jacked up. I can't fix it. We can't keep it in supply. It's just a sore thumb. So I'm pulling all the troops out, as I previously discussed, and we are sending them to basically here and to here, which are great hexes to defend. They're WR, which is like forest rough, I think. Let me see. What's WR? WR is forest and rough. So that's ×3 defense, which is very difficult for him to break through. We've demonstrated time and again that those ×3 hexes are very hard for Lodrik to be successful in. So we can be strong here, and I don't think he's got a lot of force down here. Maybe we got maybe 2,000 AV and Japanese troops in all of this region from Hong Kong, Canton, and up in here. And we've got 2,000 here. So we split it 1,000 and 1,000. It may as well just be 3,000 each with the terrain. So that's what the plan is down here. Yeah, that's my China for today. Okay, so actually, looking at Burma and Thailand now, Lodrik had a little victory. He took this Royal Thai division, and they shock attacked across and took Rahang. And all we had here was this little infantry battalion, so it did not have the force that it needed to defend against that. And again, looking at the hex side, the purple shows a river crossing, right? So when you do that, you have to shock attack. You automatically do it when you enter the hex. It's not optional. But that unit being so much stronger than ours, it blew right through. So now he's pushed us back out of Thailand, which is really fine. I had only gone in there as an expedition anyway, just to kind of see what was going on. And now I know there's nothing really going on there. He hasn't really done much to build it up, which is signaling to me that he's not really interested in going for Burma now. Because if you were, you're going to need to have all these airfields built up and functioning to support the attack on Rangoon, and I just don't see it happening. So we're still going to maintain a sizable presence here in Burma. I'm bringing Chinese troops in. I'm bringing more British troops down, Indian troops. Rangoon is building up by the day and getting very strong. And that's not even with all the troops there yet. So he's going to have a seriously uphill battle if he wants to take Burma from me at this point. And I'm not really concerned about that. I'm just curious where troops that he does have are going. Because there's a lot of troops that were down here in Malaya. I have no idea where they went to. We see no evidence that they're up in this area. So where did they go and what are they doing? Big questions. Looking into Bay of Bengal, it's quieted down significantly. The subs seem to have disappeared. His surface forces have disappeared, at least for now. And we have our carriers safely in port, and we're starting to work on getting them repaired. We've got a bunch of other ships coming out of shipyard next turn, so then we can start moving stuff back in, and we're just going to rotate stuff in and out until everything is repaired. And then we can start looking at maybe some offensive operations in the Bay of Bengal because we have the force to do it now. While we don't know exactly where the Keto Butai is at, all of it, I feel like Colombo is now safe from an attack because if you look at what we got here, we have 162 fighters, 9 fighter bombers, right? That's including the Navy aircraft and some Hurricanes and stuff. And I can bring even more in. I could bring in another 100 fighters or plus from Calcutta and Rangoon within 2 turns. So if we saw that a carrier threat was inbound, I could just stack fighters here, and he'll never get through that. We've demonstrated time and again that we can defeat large raids when we fly cap in the same hex as where we're being hit. Now, the other example is Noumea, where some of our ships get damaged in port, but I did not have full effort going with that cap. It was like a half effort because I didn't think he'd actually do that. I wouldn't take any chances now. The second that a carrier comes into the bay or leaves the Malacca Strait, anything like that, instantly we go to emergency mode, and every fighter that can fly is going to be in the air. And really, when you fly cap at 0 hex, even at 100% commitment rate, your pilots don't get too worn out because they're only flying around the flagpole. They're not really going out too far. So we can sustain that for quite a while. But in the meantime, since the threat's gone, at least for now, I'm going to start shoving a few convoys back into Rangoon because we really need to get the supply back up. We got to get supply going. So I also want to get some sort of escort over here just to protect these guys. So, yep, that's the Bay of Bengal right now. And also, since we have the capability of doing it, I'm wondering if we need to re-evaluate our Port Blair aircraft, how we retreated out of here. Well, now we don't really have any kind of spotting down here anymore because Palembang is going to fall soon, and that leaves us with a big dead zone down here of what's coming. So he could still kind of slingshot up in here into the Bay of Bengal. Like, basically from this point to here is like 18 hexes, so he could move that in one day. So, I would like a little more early warning if we can get it. So I might consider going back into Port Blair since I feel like the risk of an invasion is subsiding every day. Nothing new to report down here in Sumatra. We still got a couple units hanging out for dear life here in Malaya, and we are still blocking both of these rail lines. I can't believe he's letting us do this after over a month of owning Malaya outright. Okay, so he's in Samarinda, and we see no evidence of him moving towards Balikpapan, but whenever he does, it's going to be a heck of a show because he's going to have to shock attack into Balikpapan again. So it remains to be seen if he has enough force to take Balikpapan in one turn. He might, but we also do have size 3 forts, and we also do, well, it's clear terrain, so we don't have the terrain on our side, but we have some forts and a bit of preparation. So I'm hoping that allows us to at least withstand the attack for a while. And because of what we're doing at Balikpapan and the amount of engineers that are there, I'm hoping that we turn this place into a big wasteland of smoldering oil, kind of like we did to Surabaya. So we don't leave a lot for him behind. But the days of Balikpapan are more or less numbered. It won't be long before he takes it. In Java, we had another setback. We had another unit destroyed last turn. And we have this unit that's surrounded and about to be destroyed. And there's nothing I can do to save them. And then after that, he basically owns all of Java. All of it's his. And except for Bandung. It's not Bandoang. I can't believe I've been saying it that way the whole time. What we do have going for us is plenty of supply and good fort and great terrain. But we're stuck here. We can't really go anywhere. So he can just kind of do siege warfare for us here. And there's nothing we can do about it. We do have a little bit of recon going on here. So I think I do want to continue reconning to see if we can figure out where he's going. But we're just basically stuck here now. And there's nowhere to go. So I've got 621 AV worth of troops here. And that's all we're going to have. And when these guys die, it's going to be another massive hit to our army loss points. And it's more or less unavoidable. There's nowhere for us to go. We're stuck on Java. And when that time comes, we can expect a huge uptick in our army loss points. It's just unavoidable. No activity here in the in Celebes in the Sarum Sea. I don't know why he let up on us here. Maybe he's gonna take these troops and start taking all these bases after that fact. I don't know what his plans are. I can't figure it out. But this part of the Dutch East Indies is quiet. Also here in the Philippines, we have no idea what happened to the troops up here. Zero intel on that. But he's got tons of bases here that he could be taking. If he wants points, here they are. These are all for the taking and they're ripe. The Cagayan killers are retreating, or I shouldn't say retreating. They're falling back to Butuan. And then from there, we will continue on to Cagayan. We'll take that back, and then we'll just fall back to Malaybalay and wait there. And then, again, we'll hold out as long as possible in this hex that's got mountain terrain. We got size 3 forts again, so we'll just kind of wait and see where it goes. Okay, so all up through here, there's really nothing going on. We got naval search here every day. Nothing's been sighted. Darwin's been quiet. Perth has been quiet. We're down to only one ship in the shipyard now. And then we've cleared out everything out of Perth. We have this sub that's heading back to, let's see, Darwin resupply. And then we're basically done in Perth for ships. And then Perth will just be an alternate port for us to get supply and fuel in from Cape Town whenever we want to run it. Because the majority of our supply is still coming in from the U.S. West Coast into Sydney. And boy, do we have a lot. 300,000 fuel, 500,000 supply. All of our bases up and down the coast are in supply with what they need. I'm just super thrilled with... Actually, we can probably turn off... Okay, supply's not being stockpiled. That's fine. So all these bases have the supply they need. We're in no danger of running out of supply for quite a while. We have enough fuel to run our heavy industry and make even more supplies. So really, if anything, fuel is more important in Australia than supply right now. So I think more of my convoys going in will be more fuel oriented and less supply oriented. And then we can use those ships for moving troops and other cargoes like tanks and planes, because we don't really need as much supply into Australia right now. It's doing really good. We got let's see. We're still unloading here at Noumea, but our stockpiles of fuel and supply have continued to skyrocket. So now we're up to 62,000 tons of fuel, 131,000 tons of supply. More than we need. Kumac's got supply. We're just sitting pretty on New Caledonia. And then we're up to 335 AV here. 234 there. 100 there. So almost 800 AV worth of troops on Noumea, with way more on the way. And some of the bases on Noumea are difficult to take. Like Noumea itself and Lafaux. They're jungle rough. The ×3 multiplier. So he can come in at Kumak, possibly take that. But he's going to run into huge resistance further down. And I just don't see him ever taking Noumea from us at this point. He can't. The Kido Butai will never be strong enough to take it on its own. With the amount of aircraft we've got here, 126 fighters, 94 level bombers, float planes. I can bring more in. Kumak's got 28 fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I can fly more from Brisbane over to Noumea in one turn. So he's gonna have a heck of a time attacking here now with the amount of fighters that we got, and there's more on the way. So I feel really safe in our position at New Caledonia. We beat him to the punch. I don't think he realized that it was a base that he needed to take rapidly early on. He waited too long and he gave us too much time to build it up, and we're firmly entrenched. Never mind all these ships that I've got here. Granted, some of them are damaged, but a lot of these are going to be coming available within the next day, and I'll be shipping them off to different ports to get repaired. So we're going to have all these ships back in operation probably within a month or two. At least these light cruisers and heavy cruisers. We'll have them fixed up soon enough. And then we do have an AR here with more on the way next turn. So we'll have two ARs here. And once this guy is up and running, right, he's stood down. Once he's back repaired, the AR can start contributing to repairs. And you're going to see these numbers go down quite a bit in the following turns. Watch. You see it's 102, 153 today. By next turn, you'll see these in the double digits or less. Well, it'll be double digits. It won't be less. It'll be double digits because the AR will be contributing to the pier side repairs. And then we have a second AR, which is here. Yeah, it's right here. And it is going to be heading up to Noumea. So I think what we can do here is kind of shorten this route a little bit. I had taken this evasive action due to sub-activity, but let's save off a few hexes here, and we can head up that way. Okay? And then we're still unloading a little bit of supply and a little bit of fuel, and then by next turn, we'll have all these ships ready to start sending back to the United States. Look at all the APs and AKs that I got to package up and send back. So we'll be doing that soon. Now, again, I talked a little bit about the minesweeping operation in Luganville, but I want to expand on it a little more. About 4 turns ago, a task force was sitting in the Luganville, and I noticed that it had CMs in it. And a CM is a cruiser mine layer. And those are Japanese mine-laying ships that have a lot of mines, and they're actually armed pretty well, and they can actually transport stuff too. But I made the assumption that he brought that down to Luganville to lay mines just so that we couldn't go back there and intercept shipping with our ships. So on a whim, I decided maybe 2 or 3 turns ago to send these AMs from Noumea up to Luganville, and sure enough, it paid off. We've already killed 170 mines. We're going to kill some more next turn and basically wipe out all the work that he put into building up the minefield at Luganville, which frees it for us to have offensive operations there if we are so inclined. So the only unfortunate thing is we lost one of the minesweepers because he still has those float planes, the Mavises from Tulagi, and one of them got a torpedo into one of our small AMs and we lost it. It sucks, but you know, what can I do? Still worth the trade though. To have this base opened up for operations is excellent. And it even allows us to lay mines in Luganville, counter mine laying operation if we were so inclined. But anyway, by next turn we should have these mines cleared out. My guess is he's got 200 mines here and not more. And also something else I noticed here. Do you see this? Ships sighted in port. 6. Why does he have ships in port at Luganville? For one, the port damage is 100. And 2, the airfield damage is 43. So this base is jacked right now. I think we might go for a port strike next turn and see if we can take out some of these ships that are at anchor here. I mean, if he's going to leave them there, why not? All right, so the last thing I kind of want to discuss as far as the strategic situation is this. This is what appears to be, I don't know, 1 carrier's worth of aircraft. So what the average Japanese carrier can carry, what, 80 aircraft, the big ones? And that's approximately 80 aircraft. We saw them in action last turn. They hit one of my picket ships near Des Moines Island and took it out. But I trust this intel. We have overlapping naval search here, as you can see. We've got multiple overlapping radius. So I trust these numbers. But this appears to be only 1 carrier. What they're trying to do, I could not tell you. He could have battleships in this task force, but I doubt it. I just don't know what his intent is here. So we'll keep an eye on this. But as a precaution, I am moving more fighters to Port Moresby. And I'm going to put more fighters in Brisbane. And we're going to go on full alert at Noumea in case he wants to head in any of those directions. At Townsville, not overly concerned about it right now. I just want to know what he's going to do with these. Like, what is his intention here? Is this just a distraction? It's not enough force to really cause a lot of damage to us. So if you have any guesses as to what he's trying to do with this task force here, I'd love to hear it. Again, my estimate is that he's only got 1 carrier. Maybe 2, like 1 CV and 1 CVL, but not enough offensive power to do anything to us in our heavy locations. Brisbane, Noumea, even Port Moresby soon. We're going to have enough fighters there that this is not going to be an issue. So I don't really know what his intentions are here. If you think you know what it is, let me know. Other than that, we don't really have a lot sighted in this area. We have a task force of 6 ships here. We don't know what that is. It could be, who knows what it is. We need more eyes on it. So I don't even want to speculate as to what that could be. We know he's got these guys here, at least 1 to 2 carriers with some escorts. He's got what appears to be just like it says a landing barge, but I'm sure it's more like a patrol boat or something like that. Just the ASW work, right? And then he's got 6 ships here at Luganville, and what they're doing here is anybody's guess, but we're going to definitely go after them next turn and see if we can hurt these guys. All right, so I'm going to wrap this video up, but I do want to show you one last thing. Over here in ADAC, all of our subs are safely in port and they're under repair. So we should have the K-18 up and running in 2 days, and then the Tambor should be ready to sail to Pearl Harbor in about 11 days. And then we can send that down there for permanent repair and get that back in the fight. All right, so that's the turn. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was pretty quiet, and you know what? I'm not complaining. I like quiet turns too, because it helps me gather my thoughts and get things put back together the way I like them. I like action, but I like action and a break to reset. Action and a break to reset. So having this opportunity to kind of get our affairs in order is a good thing for us. So I wouldn't mind even having one more, or at least seeing what he's going to do with this. Let's see where he goes with this. So as always, I want to thank you guys for watching and supporting me and Lodrik in this campaign. If you're not on my Discord yet, please get over there. I'm almost at 150 members, and it's really popping off. We have daily discussions about tutorial topics. Like we had a long discussion about supply movement, and we put together a bunch of tests and did stuff with the editor just to kind of track how supply moves, and I'm going to be sharing that stuff with you guys in a future video. But if you want to learn more about this game, the best place to do it is either on the Matrix forums or at my Discord. So come on over. I will catch you guys on the next one.